Mariners tied the series up 1-1, getting their first win at home in the playoffs in 24 years. Hi, everyone. I'm Sam Edwards. Welcome to Mariners Daily, the podcast for the thinking Mariners fan. I appreciate you listening and watching. This is a show where I go a little more in depth on the Mariners games, on the recaps, and on their players, and give you a little bit more an in-depth look, a little more nerdy look at these players. We're going to have a full recap of the weekend. We're going to do a little deep dive on the lineup. What's your trust on the bullpen for the Mariners right now? Where are we at? Who are we trusting? Who are we not? And then at the end, I'm going to give my confidence level for this series versus the Tigers. It's been quite the series so far. So let's get into it. Game 1, they lost this one 2-3 in the 11th inning. Kirby pitched this one 5 innings, 6 hits given up, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts. Very nice. Caleb Ferguson came in, got the 2 outs. In the 6th, 1 strikeout, and then Bizardo came in only for 1 out, which is a little controversial. But either way, they bring in Spire next, who pitches a solid inning in the 3rd, 2 strikeouts. Brash comes in, does give up 1 walk, but gets 2 strikeouts. And then Munoz comes in for 2 solid innings, 2 strikeouts. Fantastic. And then Vargas is the one that gives up the winning run, gives up a hit, a walk, 2 strikeouts. They lose this one. Cal Raleigh went 3 for 5. J Rod went 3 for 5 with a homer. Bottom of the 6th was a key moment. Josh Naylor grounded into a double play with men on base. It was tough on the other side for the Tigers. They had a bullpen day, and that's why. I mean, we're gonna get into a deep dive on this offense, but they had Troy Melton going. He went 4 innings, 2 hits given up, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. The 1 earned run being Julio's homer. Brant Herter came in for an inning, scoreless ball. Montero came in, gave up 2 hits, a walk, 1 earned run. Holton came in for a clean inning. Canley came in for a clean inning. Finnegan for the clean inning. Will Vest for 2 scoreless innings. And then Montero, the other Montero, gave up, got 1 hit given up, but 1 inning pitched, did very well. Kerry Carpenter did get a 2-run homer in the 5th off of Kirby, which were the only runs he allowed. So he pitched very well. I'm more than happy with that start from Kirby. And it was honestly a beautiful home run from Carpenter. I mean, very rough to watch, but that high fastball that not many people can get to, but Carpenter can. Game 2, what a freaking crazy game 2 was. We won this one 3-2. Obviously, if you're watching, Luis Castillo battled 4 and 2/3 innings pitched, 1 hit given up, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts. Battled especially through the first 2 innings, pitched over 50 pitches in the first 2 innings, and then the next 2 innings, the 3rd and 4th innings, he only pitched 18 pitches combined for those innings. He settled down, thank goodness, and then come the 5th inning, he gives up a walk and then a single to Gleyber Torres the other way. So now it's 1st and 3rd with 2 outs. Dan Wilson just learning from his mistake in game 1, brings in Spire early to go versus Carpenter to not make the same mistake. Spire gets the strikeout and then pitches a clean 7th inning, which was fantastic. Bizardo comes in. Did I say a clean 7th? A clean 6th for Spire. And then Bizarro came in, pitched a clean 7th. Brash comes in. So I was seeing this a lot on Twitter. A lot of people wanted to see Bizardo stay in the game. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there when we cover the bullpen. Brash inning gives up a walk to Gleyber Torres to start off the inning. Not what you want to see, leadoff walk. But it was a good at bat from Torres. Not swinging at the slider. Whatever. Next batter, it's a good hit towards Josh Naylor, but he should have had it. They count it as an error, rightly so. So now it's 1st and 2nd, and you get Eric Skubal coming up. And I don't normally like AJ Przinsky, who he was one of the announcers for the game, but I think he was making some good points. Throw the slider out, down and away, out of the zone, get Torkelson to swing, and he did once, and then he just left a fastball up and in, and Torkelson did what he was supposed to. He slashed it down. He was beat a little bit, and maybe if they got the fastball a little bit closer in, then maybe he would have been more beat and would have just been a dribbler the other way. But no, it was a liner double to tie the game 2-2. Obviously, to get to that point, to get 2 runs off Tarek Skubal, we needed the man, Jorge Polanco, to come through for 2 solo home runs. Uh, and he did it on pitches that you're supposed to do it. Fastball, middle, middle. Mistakes. And normally, the way Tarek Skubal is that his mistakes, if they're middle, pardon me, if they're middle, they're usually a little more middle up, and you just get beat because he's throwing it so hard. He's throwing 97 to 99. But these were middle, middle. Polanco deposited them into left field, and T-Mobile went nuts. It was absolutely incredible. Uh, Especially the first home run. I mean, I was so happy, and what a year Polanco has had. But 2 solo home runs. First time one player has hit 2 home runs off Tarek Skubal in a game since Paul Goldschmidt in 2021. And also the first home run that Skubal has given up this season versus a second baseman. That's wild. That is wild. Other than that, Skubal pitched a fantastic game. 7 innings, only 5 hits given up. 2 of those hits being solo home runs for 2 earned runs, only 1 walk, and then 9 strikeouts. He did fantastic. He did exactly what we were supposed to. And then Brash came in and spoiled it. Gave up 2 runs, 1 earned on the double from Torkelson. And then Brash just takes care of the next 2 guys. Strikes out the next 2 batters. Looked like he just like decided he was done. He was like, "Oh, I'm done with this," and he just strikes out the next 2 guys. Like I don't. He looked pretty easy. I don't know. Brash is weird. Brash is yeah. We'll get there. Uh, so now that's that was the rough 8th inning. Now we go to the bottom half of the 8th. We get Cal Raleigh. Well, first we get Randy, who flies out to left field. Let's not forget that. But Cal Raleigh doubles down the line. Then Julio comes in for the big hit. Double him in. Fantastic. I would have liked more. I would have liked more runs. That would have been nice. That would have been nice to get some more runs. But listen, 1 run is 1 run. And then we bring in Munoz, who shuts it down for his first career postseason save. Fantastic. Love to see it. So happy. So happy to see all the fans that were just that one fan that was super emotional, his friend or girlfriend or wife or whoever she was just giving him a hug. And yeah, it was just beautiful to see. Absolutely beautiful to see and hear the fans be able to celebrate, chant with one voice. Randy, Julio, MVP, everybody's getting their chance. And it was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So glad they won this. It was so freaking stressful, especially once the Tigers tied it. I was close to doom and gloom. I was close, very close, but they did it. They did it, and it was fantastic to watch. Absolutely fantastic. Let's get into the lineup here because, listen, man, this lineup. What are we doing here? Are they going to finally pick it up? What's going on? So, game one was something. Game one, besides J Rod and Cal Raleigh, the rest of the team went 0 for 28 with 7 strikeouts. Now, listen, 7 strikeouts, I will say, not that bad. Tigers had 16 strikeouts total as a team. So we're striking people out. Like, we're striking people out. But game one, and you're besides J Rod and Cal Raleigh, who they both went 3 for 5 that game, 6 for 10 combined. And obviously, J Rod got the 2 RBIs for that game. But we can't do anything else. And it's not just not being able to do anything else, it's not being able to do anything else versus the Tigers bullpen. It was a bullpen day, and we could do nothing. We could do very little versus the Tigers bullpen in 11 innings. We got a shot. We got so many shots. And like I pointed out in the quick recap, Josh Naylor did ground out for a key out in the bottom of the sixth. Josh Naylor is a man that needs to step it up. He has not gotten a hit yet, and I need to see it. We finally saw Randy get a hit. We saw Garver get a hit this past game. We saw Polanco obviously wake it up in game two. Finally, he's been huge for us, but Naylor has been really big for us. Such a big addition and a key reason why, Mariners fans really want him back. And I get it. I get it. Yeah, I want him back too because he's been so important. But my gosh, we need to see him. We need him to come through in these games. We haven't seen Canzone do very well so far. I mean, obviously he wasn't starting in game two, but either way, um, because we had Robles. But Naylor is a key guy for me. Naylor and Randy need them to come through. We saw J Rod and Raleigh are doing great, but the reason the Mariners are in this position is because they didn't have to rely just on J Rod and Raleigh. You know, they definitely leaned on both of them throughout the season, but especially as in the second half, this lineup was really coming to life. And obviously, I've pointed out Jorge Polanco before. I've done deep dives on a lot of players, J Rod being one, but Polanco was another that I did a full deep dive on. He's just having a great season, and it was so great to see him take care of Skubal. Finally, after that first home run, it was like, oh, we need to be perfect. We need to be perfect the rest of the way. And then the second home run, I was like, still need to be perfect, but holy crap. Because all it takes is a slash double down the line from Torkelson off Matt Brash. A middle up and in. Yeah, either way, we'll get there. Yeah, we need Naylor to come through. Canzone would be huge, especially versus Flaherty. We got the righty on the mound versus Gilbert, and I'll do a full breakdown of that tomorrow, of that game and the rest of the series. But for these game one and game twos, Naylor needs to come through. Gino hasn't come through. Got a big fastball on a 3-0 count, and he swung through it, which was a big swing. I wasn't mad at the swing. It just, we need you to come through, man. That's a moment. That's a moment right there. Need you to come through. And J Rod and Raleigh are doing their thing. They're doing what they're supposed to do. So super happy about that. Such a huge hit from Julio. So happy. So happy they got that win. And I'll give my confidence level at the end. Before we do that, we got to cover the bullpen here. Who has your trust in the bullpen? How are you feeling? What are you thinking? Because I'm a little nervous. Oh boy. Yeah. Trust level, obviously Munoz has it in spades. Munoz is the man. 2 shutout innings in game 1, closing out game 2. Absolutely. Bizardo, um, only got 1 out in game 1, and people wanted him to pitch further, and I thought he would because they've leaned on him so much, but, yeah, he definitely is just absolutely killing it. His pitches look absolutely fantastic, and he's doing his thing. Spire coming through both games, inning in a third. Get that huge strikeout versus Carpenter in the second game. Fantastic. He's doing great. Love to see it. Brash. I have Brash up next. I don't know. We've got the error on Naylor. 1 run would have scored anyways on the Torkelson double. And like I said, Torkelson was a little beat by the fastball, and it was just 2 out over the plate. I still don't love the pitch selection just because that's why you don't throw that pitch, because if you leak it out over the plate, you're toast. And you know what? Maybe alternate universe, maybe he hangs a slider. Maybe he can't get the slider outside, and he hangs a slider, and Torkelson, who was obviously waiting for something off speed, would have pulled it for a homer. Like, who knows? We don't know. We don't know. 2020 vision. We don't know what would have happened. But either way, Brash has had some good swing and miss stuff so far. He hasn't lost my, trust fully, but gonna need you to lock it in, Maddie. Lock in, baby. What are we doing here? Leaking fastballs over the plate. Gosh. Caleb Ferguson's next up for guys that we've seen so far. Maybe Ferguson should be higher than Brash. I don't know. He pitched good in game one. But, yeah, we had Ferguson. We got 2 outs with a strikeout. Vargas is last for me. Vargas will probably always be last for me. For guys that we've seen in the playoffs so far. We haven't seen Luke Jackson yet. We haven't seen Emerson Hancock. Both guys did very well in September, so I'm curious to see when they bring them in. I'm guessing we're saving Hancock for a moment when we need a long relief guy. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow with Gilbert on the mound. Maybe Gilbert pitches a solid 5 innings and then we bring in Hancock, possibly. Maybe. See when Luke Jackson's on the roster, so I'm curious to see when we bring him in. But yeah, I'm curious. Very curious. And obviously, like I said, tomorrow I'm gonna give a full breakdown of game 3. Before we do that, what's your confidence level? Where are you feeling? How you feeling? Mariners still gonna win this series? A lot of people were doom and gloom. And listen, losing game 1 in that bullpen day was rough. That's rough, man. Can't let that happen. Can't. That's a must win. It's a must win. But apparently not. Because this team's got some fight in them. I'm feeling it, man. Game 2, winning that game versus Tarek Skubal, and not just like winning versus Tarek Skubal, but actually scoring 2 runs off Tarek Skubal. 2 homers from Jorge Polanco. Polanco coming through, stepping up a little bit. Rosarena got a hit. Garver got a hit. We're seeing some guys do some things. Crawford got a hit. Come on. We need the lineup to start waking up a little bit. It's got to wake up. If we're going to win this series, the lineup's got to wake up. And you know what? I can't do anything but believe. I can't do anything else. Can't do anything else. Going into this series, I was extremely confident. Yes, that game 1 was a gut punch. We should not have lost that game. And even if we had won it, even if they didn't score and we did score that 1 run, yes, it's a huge difference, but I would still be extremely unhappy because extremely unhappy. I'd be disappointed because we can't let that happen. We're a better offense than that. We should take advantage of bullpen days from the Tigers, That's what we do. That's what we should do. And we weren't able to. So, confidence level, I can't help but be positive. I would give it it's tough. I'm positive. So I definitely think they have a better chance of winning the series than losing. I still believe they're going to win the series. But confidence level, I would give it a 65% maybe. I'm nervous. Very nervous. We have Gilbert going tomorrow. We got Bryce Miller still waiting to go for game 4. And then game 5, maybe you throw Kirby back out. You probably throw Kirby back out. Maybe Castillo. Then you have to travel back home. So you might be able to go Castillo. I'm curious to see what they would do. I don't know, but we'll get there. Obviously, Mariners Daily every morning, Monday through Friday. I appreciate you watching. Let me know in the comments what's your confidence level in the Mariners, and I'll see you guys back tomorrow. Have a good one.